Arkansas is home to so many outdoors adventures. Now that we know, and we highlight those each week, but you may not be aware of the many outdoors businesses in Arkansas which contribute the products we use and contribute to the Arkansas economy. Today we'll take a look at a lure manufacturer which was on the brink of survival, and then a country music star came to the rescue. We'll also learn how Arkansas students will be able to learn in the classroom about our amazing outdoors. That and a first fish coming up on this edition of Arkansas's Great Outdoors. LuckE Strike Lures is a famous brand with history of over 50 years. Now, it has endured a few ownership changes and recently was on the verge of bankruptcy. And that's when an Oklahoma country singer with Arkansas roots and a love of entrepreneurship stepped in. And LuckE Strike is now singing How Do You Like Me Now? Toby Keith is an iconic name in country music. Now, most of us associate him with our neighbor to the west. The Oklahoman has over 42 top 10 singles and has sold over 40 million albums. But his story is also a business one. He's even been written about in Forbes magazine as an entrepreneur. That's where the story leads us to Greenwood, Arkansas.
Well, Toby was an entrepreneur, okay? He loved business. Toby, in a lot of ways, was just like probably you and I growing up watching Jimmy Houston and you know, Roland Martin and Virgil Ward and some of these guys on television. And Toby really liked fishing. He was an entrepreneur, but he wanted to be involved in this.
Jeff and Toby purchased LuckE Strike Lures about a year before Toby passed away. It was based in western Arkansas, and it has stayed there based in part on Toby's Arkansas roots. He spent summers with his grandmother there. A lot of people don't realize that Toby was entrepreneurial.
Oh, yeah.
Had he talked about this for, wanting to get into the fishing industry at some point?
Yeah, he fished a lot when we were kids, and then his career took off, and that obviously slowed down because he was on the road so much. But once COVID hit, really, he got up to our lake house and pretty much camped out, met all these new fishing buddies, and it kind of regenerated his love of fishing. And it was exciting for us to see because he hadn't had time to really do things like that in so many years. Had ideas left and right, and him and Jeff had talked a lot about creating a tackle company, and then that was really right at the time that this opportunity came up. And it didn't make sense to start a tackle company from scratch when you could have a 50-year-old brand like LuckE Strike that you could take over and rebuild and save and continue the nostalgia that people had grown up with.
Talk about your early fishing memories with your dad.
Arkansas River, actually. We used to go down to the Arkansas River, and we'd spend 3 or 4 days out on the river. We'd sleep in the truck, go back out. It was cane poles on the bank, catfishing, and just I'd have a 5-gallon bucket in case I had to go to the restroom. And it was not pretty, but it was a lot of fun.
This brand's been around for a long time. This ownership group has really injected some life into this that is very exciting for us here.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's amazing, a lot of people don't know that Toby and I bought this in April of 2023. So I'm still partners with his family here. So he brought a lot to the brand. One of the things that Toby and I wanted to do, under his direction, was change all the branding and all the colors to red, white, and blue.
Today at the Greenwood facility, we took part in a tour put together by Walmart, showcasing some of our state's small businesses which have a large impact on our industry. We are here today at the LuckE Strike headquarters because we're celebrating small businesses. This is a small business in Greenwood, Arkansas that has national reach. This is a big deal for Walmart to highlight this, and this is an Arkansas company with an Arkansas company on an Arkansas TV show. This is the best of all worlds.
You can't get more Arkansas in there, I don't think. We're trying. Absolutely. So Walmart, obviously based in Arkansas, it's our home state. We love to highlight those suppliers that not only are based here, but they manufacture here, they employ here, they support the local community. This is the Walmart story. Grown up here, just like this company, our customers love this product. They love fishing, as you might suspect, and they love this product. And it's even better that we can highlight them in Small Business Month, because about 60% of our suppliers are small businesses. And so we would definitely want to reach out and highlight those companies that are in our home state that are producing a product that our customers love. And so we're excited to be here today.
This facility will produce hundreds of thousands of lures a year. While the ownership group is new, some of the machinery is not, including this essential and almost archaic piece of equipment, a vacuum metallizer, which puts the chrome on those crankbaits.
Eddie and I spent a whole week, got real greasy, twisted a lot of wrenches, and finally got this thing up going where we thought that it would work. This cylinder goes inside the vacuum metallizer, and once the vacuum metallizer gets pulled all the way down to 0 vacuum, there's how many volts? 440 to 480. Hits these solenoids on the back side of this and vaporizes these tiny aluminum bars. And it coats these lures in a second. There's not a lot of people in the United States that do vacuum metallizing, let alone vacuum metallizing on fishing lures. So we're really glad to have that old girl going, and there's a lot of stuff that runs through it.
When you talked about the metallizer, and you said you had it, didn't know how to use it, and you just spent a week to just figure it out, and now you've got a very unique aspect that allows you to do things that other companies can't do.
That's right. I'd never even heard vacuum metallizer until I walked in here for the very first day, and I said, what's that time capsule looking thing? But we did. We got it figured out, but it is an incredible piece of equipment that puts that beautiful chrome finish on these lures that everybody really likes.
A vacuum metallizer and hundreds of thousands of lures from a Western Arkansas manufacturer with all-American ties to the great Toby Keith, whose vision helped make this all possible. It's an amazing Arkansas business story. When Toby Keith purchased the company, some suggested that he move the operation to Oklahoma to be closer to the leadership team of the new ownership group. But his own history in the area, combined with a quick tour of the city of Greenwood and the facilities, and most importantly, the employees, helped him realize Western Arkansas was the place for this iconic brand to stay.
Hey everyone, my name is Skeet Lewis. I'm an educator with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Just wanted to take a minute to talk about one of our best programs. That is the Outdoor Skills Program. This is a program that basically tracks and measures your experience outdoors. And it can be anything from watching wildlife to shooting archery, maybe it's hunting or fishing. Whatever your passion is, this program is free and gives you a fun way to measure your different experiences that you have with that activity. So what I have here is the beginner archery patch. For example, every third Saturday here at the Nature Center, we do an archery class from 12 to 2. It's free, you can just show up. And if you want, you can sign up for this class, the Outdoor Skills Program, and you can leave with that patch the exact same day. If you want to get one of these brochures, you can visit your Nature Center, you can visit AGFC headquarters, you can also find it online. And this is going to have so much more information to get you started on this incredible program.
When Arkansas's Great Outdoors returns, we have big news for the outdoors inside Arkansas's classrooms. Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, by Vexus Boats, and by Certified Arkansas Baitfish. Much has been written about children missing time in the outdoors and what that means for our next generation. Author Richard Louv wrote the iconic Last Child in the Woods. In it, he talks about nature deficit disorder and how getting outside can cure a lot of what is going on inside. Arkansas Governor Sarah Sanders recently announced a program which is unlike any other in the nation, a curriculum designed specifically for our children to learn about the outdoors in school.
Today, too many of our kids are hooked on screens instead of fishing, hunting, riding their bikes, and experiencing a normal, healthy childhood outside. And unfortunately, we're seeing the consequences: skyrocketing rates of anxiety, depression, and suicide among teens. So today I'm proud to announce that we are creating a program that marries two of my administration's top priorities, education and outdoor recreation, by creating the Arkansas Outdoor Education Pilot Program. Starting today, districts across our state can apply to be one of 30 schools to offer outdoor education built around the standards taught in core and elective content areas. Getting kids outdoors will not only improve their education, health, and quality of life, it'll be similar to the 18 career-ready programs that we created through the LEARNS Act. This coursework will ultimately prepare many students for a career in the outdoor economy right after high school, right here in Arkansas.
The Arkansas outdoors economy is booming. Just in the last 2 years, growth in the outdoors recreation industry is up nearly 30%. Tourism in Arkansas generated 50 million visitors last year who spent $10 billion. The present is strong and the future even more so for our rising generation.
And what we've designed here and what schools will be applying to do this year truly is a guide. It's a playbook for how to bring this into your school and not just bring it as one separate thing, but to truly integrate into science, social studies, math, language arts, art, PE, and any of those elective courses.
The governor's support of this program gives us a foothold that we've never had before. It helps to regain ground for an entire generation of young people that we feel may have been left out when it comes to the great outdoors. This program will bring the outdoors into the classroom and the classroom into the outdoors.
So we're going to be working with school districts that are going to sign up for the pilot project. We're going to help build out professional development, help build out model lessons, and take the current standards that measure what we want students to know and learn, but be able to provide it an opportunity that's unique, it's hands-on, and it's going to be experience that these students will remember for the rest of their lives.
If this program is successful in our 30 pilot schools, which I know it will be, we have the opportunity to bring it to schools all across our state and establish a model for the entire country to follow. And I want to encourage every school in the state to apply to participate. Whether you're in Little Rock or Fort Smith or Fayetteville, the Delta or the Ozarks, the outdoors are calling, and we want your school to answer and be part of what could be a life-changing experience for our students.
There is immense potential in this program, and it is fitting that Arkansas is leading the way towards an educational structure which will not only enlighten a generation of future thought leaders in the outdoors, but provide avenues of strong mental health by getting outside and appreciating the abundant resources here in the natural state.
Coming onto a pollinator meadow like this is a huge gem and a great opportunity to look at native butterfly species. Now, many people don't know this, but butterflies need two different types of plants. They need a nectaring plant where they feed on, and they need a host plant where they'll lay their eggs and the caterpillars can develop and grow into butterflies themselves. Now, what's extra special is that butterflies are very particular on what host plants they use. For instance, the monarch butterfly will only lay her eggs on the milkweed plant. Now, this is why it's so important that we plant native plants in our backyard to welcome wildlife.
When Arkansas's Great Outdoors returns, we take a sporting goods retail worker out for her first ever fish catching experience, and she'll soon learn about the products she's selling, and I have a feeling she'll be buying some soon. Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, by Vexus Boats, and by Certified Arkansas Baitfish, the safe bait. Anytime we can see someone experience the thrill of that first ever fish catch, it's a great reminder of that first catch we ever had. And today we take one of the clerks at Academy Sports out for her first ever fishing experience. And I think she's about to be hooked in the good way. This is our ever popular first fish segment, and we've got Lolly with us. Lolly, have you ever caught a fish before?
Never.
Have you ever even tried to catch a fish before?
No.
Okay, so this is gonna be great. Okay, good. This is how we like it. Okay, so this is gonna be your first experience with this.
Yes.
this is what we call a spinning rod, okay? So take the spinning rod and we're gonna put on your left hand the first 2 fingers in front, and there you go, just like that, okay? And then this index finger, you're gonna hold the line just like that.
All the way down?
Yep, all the way down. And then we're gonna put the minnow on first, but that's gonna be, that's kind of how you hold it, okay?
Okay.
So now we gotta talk about the secret to catching these fish are the magic minnows.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Are
so
magic minnows just little fishes?
They're little fish, that they always stay little fish though. Minnows are always minnows. They don't ever grow up to be whales or anything like that. So we're gonna take a minnow right here, and this is what these are. A lot of people don't know that 90% of all the farm-raised bait fish, minnows like this, in the whole country come out of 3 counties in Arkansas.
What?
You are in the perfect place to catch fish.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. So you got your minnow on. All right, so now we're gonna take the line like this, open the bail, that's that little thing right there. Take your other hand and open the bail.
Like that?
Just like that.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're gonna swing the line out, swing the rod out like that.
Okay.
And then when you throw, you let go of the line.
Okay.
Perfect, just like that. Okay, now close the bail.
Okay. So
And then now all we do is we watch that bobber. See that bobber, how it just moved like that?
Yeah.
That's a really good sign. Okay, so keep your hand on the reel, because as soon as that bobber goes under,
where would you put just your hand here?
you like actually keep your hand right up the same spot right there. Oh, okay, pull it up and start reeling.
Wait, which way?
There you go. Start reeling, keep the rod tip up. You have got a fish just like that. Keep reeling.
Oh my goodness gracious.
There, okay,
Oh.
he got off. That happens. That happens, but now you know. That was pretty exciting, wasn't it? Yeah.
Whoa!
Okay, let's see.
Tougher than I thought it was gonna be.
Let's see if the minnow is still around. He is not, so we're gonna get another minnow. Wow, okay. That was look,
stronger than I thought.
that was a bigger fish than we realized, because he snapped the line and the hook is gone. Okay, so we're gonna retie. But that was a good sized fish. Wow.
That was heavy.
Okay, so we have switched to a stronger line now. That was a big fish. We're gonna get us another minnow here. And what's cool, what the fishing pole actually is a shock absorber, and that's what keeps the hook in the fish's mouth. If you're using like a broomstick that didn't have any flex at all, you couldn't put enough pressure on the fish to keep the hook in the fish's mouth. And so that's why we always say hold the rod tip straight up, because that rod is just flexing the whole time, keeping the pressure applied. Oh, okay. See how the bobber's moving? That's a really good sign. So lower your rod tip. Remember, you kind of want to point it at the bobber. There you go. Reel up just a little bit of slack. Oh, there you go. Okay, now raise the rod tip. Raise it, hold it up. There you go. Okay, all right. Here we go. That's a bass. There we go. There we go. All right. Largemouth bass.
Whoa! What? Oh, hi, you're staring at me. Okay.
Okay. There you can see. He's saying hello.
Whoa.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Lolly. You want to hold it?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. We'll just set that down right here. Okay, so just hold it on the fleshy part right there, and just kind of hold it tight. There you go. Okay, hold it up to the camera. Fish number 1, baby.
Did you just see this? I did it.
2, 3.
That's
Very
so
nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Wow.
You want to catch another one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's stand over here, and then you can just kind of let him go, and he'll swim away. Thanks for the memories.
Thank you. Oh, that was so cool.
Lolly is not finished. Catching fish is kind of like eating potato chips. You can't stop at just one. And those chips get larger when we come back. Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, by Vexus Boats, and by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish, the safe bait.
You want to be unlike anyone else in the market. When you buy a Vexus boat, you're buying something you cannot buy anywhere else.
The fiberglass product that we build here is glass infused. What that really means is that we control the glass to resin ratio.
Open molds, chopper gun, resin in the air. We don't do that here.
Using infused composite construction, we're pulling the air out of that product. We're laying in the most advanced fiberglass possible. And then we're also adding just the right amount of resin to our boats.
Our entire concept was to make the boat lighter, faster, stronger. And so when we started the infused composite construction process, that's what we had in mind, a more consistent, lighter, stronger vessel, and that's what we attained.
The VX20 is the smoothest riding boat out there. It's comfortable, if you feel safe in it, it handles the water really well.
Every fiberglass part we built here in this plant is built under vacuum. Deck, hull, stringers, all the boxes, every lid. If you see a fiberglass part, we infused it.
To an owner on the water, what the infusion does is gives you longevity. It gives you something that's going to stand the test of time, that's going to eat up the rough water.
I'm going to get to go fishing, I'm going to get to my spot, and I have confidence in that I'll get to my spot and get back. This boat handles rough water.
You're talking about a boat that is lighter, stronger, faster. All of these things provide a boat that is hard to compare within the industry.
We thank Vexus for providing amazing fishing experiences all over the country, built right here in Arkansas. Now, we last left Lolly after catching her first ever fish, and she's ready for more, and her casting is improving with each toss. Okay. There we go. Wow, this guy, oh, there we go. Okay, all right, pull it up. Yep, there you go. All right, there's another one. All right.
It's stuck.
Yeah. Boy, he's grooving. Yes. All right. There we go. Oh, there.
It's bigger than the other
All
one.
right, that is.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Look at that.
Whoa! Second one.
Number 2.
Look how big. That's bigger than the first one. Okay, now go. Enjoy.
All righty.
Whoa!
Good. Number 2, wet hand high five.
Yes.
Now I understand why people like fishing. It's very soothing.
It is. It's a great way to get outside, appreciate nature. But you really get to appreciate some of the beauty of God's earth.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, your casts are getting more and more confident, young lady.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
I'm learning from the best.
Okay, you're on. Okay. Okay, good deal. Oh,
nope.
Wow, okay. Keep it right there. Hold on a
Okay.
second, because they weren't too far away. Let's see. They might have stolen the minnow. They got what they needed. All right, let's go ahead and reel it up.
Oh.
Oh! Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. Good job. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new angler right here. Lolly is our newest angler. I've even lost count. We were like 6, 7, I don't know. But next time you go to the Sporting Goods at Academy, you got somebody who can give you some expert advice. Thanks for fishing with us today. Congratulations. It's always great to welcome a new angler to Arkansas's waterways. Lolly, congratulations. We thank you for watching today. We heard how the vision of the late Toby Keith protected an iconic American lure manufacturer in the West Arkansas town of Greenwood, and LuckE Strike Lures is back and better than ever. Governor Sanders announced a new pilot program for Arkansas education in the outdoors. 30 schools will get to be the first to participate in this exciting curriculum to teach about what makes the natural state the natural state. And congratulations again to Lolly, who works at a local Academy of Sports, but now knows more about what she's selling because she's Arkansas's newest angler. We appreciate you joining us each week, and we will see you next week somewhere in Arkansas's great outdoors.